There's been dramatic transformation of DC public schools over the past 10 years.
DCPS was almost an afterthought in the city. The student outcomes were very poor. It was one of the worst performing urban districts in the country. Many families were opting out of DC public schools.
It was clear that the system needed more support. Teachers needed more support.
You did not have many professional development or professional growth opportunities that were meaningful. You did not have a clear evaluation system, and you also didn't have a curriculum that was rigorous and that really drove instruction.
Pay wasn't very good. I think a lot of teachers felt like they weren't valued.
The Ed Fund was necessary because there was a lot of investment needed into innovative, progressive programs that couldn't be funded through the school budget.
And the theory was that it would be a support organization, but separate from DCPS. Its sole function is to raise money and manage grants in support of DCPS priorities.
In the early days, the biggest focus of the Ed Fund was really on human capital, both impact, being able to measure the effectiveness of the teachers in the school, but then also the ability to reward teachers.
For the first time ever as a teacher, when Impact started, I had the opportunity to know exactly what was expected of me and what my students should be able to do.
Our dream here was to make sure that teachers who were just knocking it out of the park in schools where they were most needed would see much greater compensation, and that's what we've been able to achieve.
Teachers who are able to make manifest this vision of excellent education and are able to ensure student progress are then qualified to receive a bonus that can be up to $25,000 per year.
I received a performance pay my 7th year of teaching, and not only did Impact Plus make me feel for the first time like a professional, like I was being compensated for the skills and the energy and the time that I put forth. It was the first time I was able to significantly reduce some of my student loans, and it also set my wife and I up for my first opportunity to buy a home.
It has made DCPS extremely competitive. We are able to recruit and gather some of the greatest talent across the country.
DCPS is, of course, the most rapidly improving urban district in the country.
A lot of that has to do with all the work that we've done to attract and develop and retain great teachers, and so much of that work started with the generous support from the Ed Fund.
I'm a product of public schools myself and a deep believer that to have a successful, vibrant, thriving community, you have to have a strong public school system. And I think the single most impactful way to make a difference in the public school system is through the DC Public Education Fund.
You can have great leaders with great ideas, but if they don't have the funding, they can't do what's best for children. And you can have a bunch of money, but if the individuals are not doing what's best for children, then you're wasting your money, right? So I think we are in such a great position where we have great leadership in DCPS, and we have great funders who are willing to commit their resources to ensure that our children in DC get the best education possible. That's important.